Okay, so we got troops moving over here. Like, so these are the base game stuff. When is they gonna be redoing some of these? Because I would like to see them these redone. We're just gonna be blitzing on over here because we can't really, do stuff as we're doing over here. And I'm gonna be reading these because I think these are different. I think these are different. I don't remember. Anyway, meeting of the Gujin saying Sangikan Kaigi, I think I say that. The Miko era dawned in January 1932 after the tragic assassination of the Showa Emperor by the Korean terrorists in the instance of his current majesty the Emperor. Now, the Gunjin Sengai Kaiga, de facto inner cabinet of the Emperor since the major restoration has become the de jure inner cabinet. But the fear of any bureaucratic political meddling has become true only advisory body to the Emperor to try to be the holy war with China or the unrest at home. Indeed, been making something over here, as I said. Doing a bunch of test games over here. Doing a lot of test games though, just to see some stuff over here. To see some stuff over here, like I gotta support a lot of paths over here that I would like to do with deceleration, this stuff. Some of this stuff. I think Ukraine could go down every ideology along with Romania and Brazil technically. There's a few that I know if they can go down every ideology, or at least almost every ideology. See, let's put all the planes, trains, and automobiles somewhere. 3-month campaign, the war and the Chinese military go easily, said the Germans. Let's send our best division, mop up any resistance, civil government, loyal to us and the mainland. Starting with the Shangzi, the victory triumph could alleviate the feeling of dread and anger among the working classes and their misfortune. To the right and forth from China and then Asia, the bearer of new order. They are right. To react to new measures by the Emperor to make further economic exploitation of the colonies. One thing, they expect the war to try the act of risky measures so many troops will be from the garrison. Risky business. Very risky. Still the potential to greatly backfire. And the meeting. It's crowded over the meeting. General Staff Council gives too many ideas while the voice of the door offers the course of political cause the Emperor ring the last. The same voice and young officer wish to bring forth the first adult operation, but the final decision remains as always in messy. The team will certainly reach in due time. Final advance. By different opinion about the generals saying at the conference, one thing shines bright as the sun above. This war cannot be persecuted recklessly, and one man is simply walking to the major cities like Tuyen, Beijing, and Xi'an. Plans have been made, and the whole war must persecuted systematically. Sorry. The list of Japan, these are souls to their deaths. It's kind of what we're doing. With the whole shit going there. Also, with mobile warfare, we shall see, won't we? The legation blockade. Nathan legal procedures made a hindrance of our bureaucracy. The legation blockade must be set. The postponed legation team is state direction for all important campaign China. We could draft lawyers. We could, but. Cool, but it's not to the point. But it's yet to be reached the second we opposed. There are many things that need to be real, if anything, but it may seem really hard to occupy regardless of military resistance. And the other opposed chance we will come. The army must march. The other key direction first. Yeah, surely. Must have made up their minds. I really go continuous plan or a radical suggestion. How about we become a radical, considering that we are going to be rather radical. And of course I do plan on doing a market later. But we're already doing the Vanguard ourselves because we haven't really seen anything of that. And plus I've been really interested in doing the Vanguard recently because of the whole mod. Code mod I've heard. Judgment Day, the Aftermath of the Redford. I've heard there's been some issues with development, but I still have hopes for the mod. I still have hope. I don't know when it's going to be coming out actually. this video series. I don't know. Anyway. Upon meeting what they become clear, time is limited. Funds prosecutors hold the war drying up, the enemy becoming more and more entrenched in their position. Combining skills in the offensive with the latest technological development, a clique of unpopular, brilliant officers for the fighting technocratic clique prove that every single dime Japan has to be spent to be a decisive blow of fire and steel. Ma the Black Sheet of Western China, easy to fight central government operation. The community be persuaded of existing violently we leave our front line. The must be tasked with soliciting their help to concern over the multiple polar breaching army cast shadow of our position. The enemy of my enemy. Man, that's like a 50% chance I think it'll work. Yep. Marking how much of the war was funded Beijing. This will leave our league men make the war progress a bit faster. The general thing like that might just become true. Excellent. Excellente. Very much radical. We can avoid it here. Our decision as the cold hard ground, the winter solar give way to the mighty spring, the unified opinion as well. This is the pure math. You find them clear. Pair of first time with man major combined on operation with a clear aspect of the Kati to many international correspondents as well as the eye of the old guard. The obvious time constraint facing Japan have pushed its mastery to pursue such experimental approach. The Imperial Majesty cleared spumming shocked onlookers. Steel beast to the fray. Indeed, let's overcome the hurdles. Change is fundamental as one proposes not happen overnight. The army experiences armed warfare is limited to the involvement of the Russian Civil War and the Northern Expedition. There is much to be learned, and there is no time for extensive programs. To visualize what them make do with the experience limited in the field and incorporate them into the doctrine quickly. Indeed. You know, our troops are clearly not doing all too well. That's fine, this is fine. Now let's do Air Force coordination. Armor is not enough to become forward by position without support from the air. Any advance will eventually come to a halt and enemy reserves regroup and form and use defensive lines. The Air Force use the Air Force to pinpoint artillery locations worth level 5 from above to destroy the enemy's willingness to fight. Shadiko Heat and 72nd piece de victory. So from Manchuria, that's how Empire the Muslim words. Yeah. Personal rifle. But for the consumer goods, because you want to hinder, not help Imperial Japan, so now we can get Revolutionary Japan up and running. Coordination, streamline the army. In maneuver warfare is critical that orders reach their recipients in a short amount of time. Getting rid of military aircraft blow will be central to this endeavor. Make sure that every order reaches their target without bothering with extra steps. As well as freeing up the equipment and reserves of the grander operation. Indeed. Let's see. Army, independent tanks. Getting rid of bureaucrat buffs will be not enough. The spearhead of the attack must be made independent from the infantry. Orders must reach them at lightning speed. The advantages must be covered by mechanized infantry or direct support. Nah. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the streamlining army. The must have direct support the air units, only then will this can't be finished in due time. Let's make some progress over here. What the fuck? On the offensive for now. Nice to use a red tip. Tell the army read too large for this operation, orders confused, reach wrong place, mission from no one. Yet time can move forward. These are the apparatus too core to move on. Oh yeah. Loaded military apparatus. Don't make down red tape. Yep. Manchuria. There's some more consumer goods. We got broad military bureaucracy. Definitely ain't something that it's gonna be helping us. So we can do that. It's our point not to win this war. We could win the war, but that's only for another time. Got the answer about this stuff. Maybe less than 32 divisions there. I see what it is, but well, anyway, this war's about to be over. Because the thing about the campaign is over. The Sunset Crash. How terribly naive we were. The campaign was supposed to be 80s and the best troop mob in the beginning and ride the high victory. It was supposed to be the more outpost indeed. The buoyed economy prevent the crash, but it was a pipe dream. Stocks have plummeted, food prices have risen ever higher than before. Businesses are closing across the country. The big four have already planned for massive layoffs. They have reports of some shareholders killing themselves. The exact reason for the crash are obvious to those within the personal council. The massive investment in military, industrial, and imperial development has left the home islands underfunded. Look at the even. No one could say anything because the philosophy of Sono High was inherently militaristic, and the attempt to divert spending from the army or the navy was interpreted as anti-patriotic and cowardly. And that was a real thing that happened in real life. Inter-service rivalry was quite prevalent in Imperial Japan. Now it's time to reach. Now it seems that the cowards. They were cowards not to speak out. Perhaps people are now uncertain, to say. Just when he's trying to still procure how the patriotic vanguard of Kiyoshima, your boy over here, was most certainly seized on the crisis and will need to have the military political activity in the army and the working class of us before the communist agitation. The Emperor's reign is now more threatened than ever, and now we must wait to see what becomes of everything. Nation. Everything will be fine, he said. I'm not sure yet. Crashing of the sunset. Region compromise. The campaign channel has been cleared as it's hard to assess. 3 months through punctuality boosts scarcely been seen saying and the situation depends on the two and each not about being a tell. Come on temple for the installation. Pretty much offered. Seppuku may be too good for some. Maybe. Maybe. Crisis deepens. Yes. A league number 3-4 continues across Japan. The immediate impact yet to be felt among the aristocracy. Sorry. Many military leaders, cabinet ministers, and of course imperial family continue to live in relative opulence, of course. People have begun to ride in the north. Grain stores run dry, prices soar. Fishermen in Kagoshima and across the Pacific territories are agonized and organizers strike in the direction of workers by agents. A period of Japan past this tipping point. It will take agitation. It will take the nation spark. Oh no! Fucking the knuckles. The fucking knuckles. I love it. Coalition in Albania. I forgot that again. You know what content Albania is gonna get. Being forward, certain terms. Back for now, time for domestic policy is priority. Drama on the deck. Rezoning naval inspection aboard the far coast of the Vice Mikasa station at the Yokosuka, naval district. The conflict between the military police and the state escalated. The brawl when the state spent the faces of inspecting naval military officers and declared that he, now all the state and Mikasa were going on strike before leading the eviction of officers and inspectors back into the port signaling off. Since about to raise the port, many began analyzing the cause and the condition. The point toward the indifference of the officers and the horrible living conditions of sailors on the 35-year-old war ship. Ocean collection within the Corps lieutenants. The war was believed to be the combination of anger amongst the citizens and the radicalization by several crew members who are now believed to be members of the Japanese Labour Party. The war was not enough to grab the attention of the nation. Many other cities in Yokosuka are rising up against their commanders seizing control of the vessels. In the hour, sailors and dock workers accused the naval base, followed by riots in factories throughout the greater Kanto region later that day. What was declared the Provisional People's Council of Japan and proceeded to march north into Tokyo. Caught off guard the bulk of the armies on the Chinese front, the Imperial Army hastily ordered the Imperial Guard and the garrisons of Tokyo to crush the rebellion. However, a significant portion of the loyalist forces refused to follow the orders due to control young officers sympathetic to the socialist cause. Being bombarded by battleships in Yokosuka, but proclaimed a base operation of the newly formed Japanese People's Navy, the loyalists were overwhelmed by the socialists, completed within a few hours. The news meet with the industrial port of Yokoshima, with officers of local union leaders joined together. Japanese Revolution began. It's too late for you, capitalists. So now we must divvy up. Troops over here. Begin and I'm going to be reading his stuff later. We'll be doing the will of the people. I'm also going to be making the save over here as well, just in case. Yeah. I might come back to this if it has to do in pure Japan, but for now. Oh yeah, I forgot how maybe Japan needs like Japan definitely needs like a bit of an overhaul, I think, considering. But yeah, putting this at 4 speed. I'm gonna be researching some of this. We're actually getting into the meat and potatoes of this. Civilian infrastructure, fighter, yes. Don't got any tanks, sadly. Shame. Still breaks on the east. Reports are coming in from Japan. The armed groups have begun to struggle against the imperial government. Along with the apparent standout between naval officers and cities, the empire is not falling apart, and social militias loyal to the Japanese vanguard are now attempting to seize control of the cities. You never come local governments have left to their own devices. The Japanese outposts and mainland have become under foreign occupation. Even Taiwan is breaking away, bringing the left of the empire. What the hell happened over here? It's like a bunch of ships to this. Piled on together, what the fuck? Anyway, it's gonna be dealt with later. let's read this over here with the Japanese Civil War. It's fun getting involved in this. As the Soviets each provoked and fond of resorting to arms and neglected the quote military tree, but he ventured to warfare and invasion, their ruin is possible. That's fuzzy. That's easy. Did I say that?
Okay.
And the Shang-Chi are doing Shang-Chi things. Yeah, I remember the Civil War. Yeah, so the Civil War can range from being really easy to incredibly fucking annoying. Well, it depends. It really depends.
준비요시. 스키다. 준비요시.
Let the war of the people's revolution arrive, and long as the sunrise came, the decade of repeal government will fall, and the workers' liberation shall be at last. Let's organize the rices. Workers of the rice paddies unite. Nice. I do believe that they got their own like little tree for this as well. No. That means they can only get it after. Let's take over these territories. And there goes the United Fund with Tojo and the War Supreme Beings. I really not sure about that. China Blaze, I'll read this because it relates to us. In the Canada-Japanese Civil War, news of China participating in flood the radio channels of the Fuzon. I think that. Forwards of the broadcast of the Revolutionary Coalition with the Enlightened Liberation Front declaring the common struggle of our peoples of the Annam against the Japanese demons. Demons of the free non-Viet state. Well, not much is known about the self-proclaimed enlightened movement leadership, so-called War Supreme Beings. The fiery rhetoric of Japanese atrocities of proclamation salvage appears to be successful in winning the pirates. The populace has reported to divide the uprising in the Gulf of the Empire. With the Imperial administration left paralyzed, the local Japanese garrison stationed at the port city of Saigon take control of the government, bound to bring order and reason back to the country. Since they said for now more liberation, the blow to the world order.
Okay.
Indeed. Go in. Should we revolt and rush in the British colony? That's all the news. What a common thing. See over here.
Okay.
See. Maybe they're conditioned, but I think they can give up at some point. So the barricades, raiding the armories have proven quite powerful for building. Until more stable manufacturing can be secured, he's going to have to survive. Korean. 25 years segregation by the Empire Japan, Korea finally stands. Korean Japanese Civil War, Korean nationalism mean of not one but two declarations of event. One out so-called for the little capitalist state, and another out of Pyongyang called for Revolutionary Republic backed by socialists and anarchists. Both are opposed to the differences at the time being to secure independence. Leaders say the colonial authorities have reacted negatively to both declarations and have vowed to put them down. However, Tokyo occupied the ability to solve the question. Motherfuckers come for more than once, it seems.
내려요.
More than
이동 준비
once.
완료.
I got a bunch of troops going out over here.
내려요. Finish.
Yeah, just make sure that they can't try to, you know, come back.
Finish. 요가이.
One.
준비 완료.
Yeah, they don't really got much left to go, do they?
요가이.
Those have been raided. Let's raid the palaces. The upper aristocrats have lived safely in their castles for long enough. Raid them for riches and fund the war. Indeed.
이기다.
Let's fund the war effort.
내라요 사다베르.
There's a Russia, some prayers. No such logistic, that's fine.
내려. 내려. 내려.
Let's simplify this. Yeah, just gonna be throwing themselves at the problem. Oh, we can and probably will hold ourselves out. As in berated, so we're not the youth. Many student groups are eager volunteers, eager for change. There must be crowded useful units in the department to aid the war effort. Indeed.
준비 요시. 교체.
We request ships. Create departments included. Naturally, we send them aid. Some wee bit of aid. We'll look at the department for a free Denmark.
준비 완료.
Need a victory. Teammates.
준비 요시.
Make sure they don't try anything over there.
이기다. 공격효 유르벨라.
One of those involving the fighting pull out.
교체.
Penalty, of course.
KKK.
Out again.
준비 요시.
He's been organized. Down with the Emperor. Chant can be heard from the streets of several major cities. People have turned out the major protests and chant to go on. Down with the Emperor. Look at that. They have given up. at that. I feel socialism. Man, I've also risen up. Cool. Now I'll go with the express industry. Get some radios actually. And with that, we got Champion Day, which we're going to seed up next time. Because next time is when we're going to get this whole thing started. Just hopefully we'll start getting started. But yeah, we're not going to be going for like the councils and all that. We're going to be going with the Vanguard. With the Vanguard is where we at, boy. It's going to be amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Also with the Vanguard stuff. And we have pretty decent focus tree, not too impressive, but we do get some impressive things that we can do. Which I think we can do, I don't remember. But until then, I shall see y'all later. Bye.